Okay, hello, welcome to American TESOL Presents, a free Friday webinar. It's pretty much every single Friday, so you can invite your friends, and they're free. And I discovered something. If you have an iPhone and you're techie like me, or I don't know if they have this for BlackBerry as well, but you can actually get the Adobe Connect, let me put that there, app. It's free. It's a free download, and you can see it says Shelly Mobile. That's me on my mobile phone. So you can access the webinar. You can see the slides, and then you can hear the presentation, and you can participate in the chat box. So you can check us out on the go every Friday. Today we're going to talk about global projects for young learners. Now, I have done a presentation previously on different global projects. This one is going to concentrate on some global projects that are happening now that you can join, or to help you set up a successful global project. All of these resources can be found in the wiki, technologyforkids.pbworks.com/global projects. I want to share quickly why do a global project. I think it's important that we at this. And one of the reasons why I think it's very important to do a global project is because today students, sometimes they tend to live in a little microcosm. They're in their own little world. But it's important as educators, especially if we English language educators here, to get students interested in the world. I think it really helps motivate them to learn a different language this way. I really love this picture, by the way. Most of the pictures today I got from Flickr, which you'll find Creative Commons pictures. So here's one. And I think it's even better when you get students to not only think about the world outside, but also to think about children across the world from them and what they do. Students are very motivated and find that learning with others helps them to make connections and be really excited about learning. So this is the why. This is what it looks like. And I think Skype, this is what Skype looks like if you're not familiar with Skype. And I do have another webinar that I've previously done. You can check that out about Skype resources. So I'll just mention Skype really quick. But it's so simple that even small kids can do this. Look how exciting this is. Two babies, almost, toddlers, looking at each other, communicating. And as they communicate, they learn. But before we can get to this stage, this exciting stage, we first need to do this, which is engage parents. And the way we engage parents is first we have to make sure that the parents know what we're doing. We have to be transparent. And the way we do this is through an acceptable use policy. That way you can make sure that you get permission from the parents of sharing their different types of images and videos and things like that. So it's very important that we get the parents on board. Also, I think it's really great because then you can show parents what you're doing inside the classroom. And then parents get really excited, and then they're on your good side. You have a good communication, and that works really well. So that's the same child, and that's his mother with him on the computer. It's also great to be able to teach parents. I teach actually 5-year-olds in Germany, 5 to 10-year-olds. And I have done international projects with them and Skyped with other countries and things like that. And I'll show you a project in a little bit. But one of the things that I think is really important that I do is I send a letter home saying what we're going to do in the class. I send scripts so that way the parent knows how they can help their child at home practice the English and stuff like this for the projects or the digital citizenship, what goes into the project, things like that. So I get the parents excited about it. And also I have before, like the first week of my classes, I invite parents to do a workshop. And in this workshop, I show them what online projects look like, because the global collaboration tools are online. So I want to show them. We talk about their fears of having their children published online and things like this. And then we talk about, what kind of options we have if they want to make it private and stuff. So I think having a meeting with parents is very important. You can do this through a free workshop or something. So now we get to the good part, where I'm going to pretty much screen share and show you the different types of projects, what global collaboration projects look like. But before I do this, I want to show you a video of a global collaboration project. Hopefully this works. Okay, so I'm going to share the video and show you a few tools. On this actual tool, you'll see, you're going to see two that I really like, and one of them is a VoiceThread. I think VoiceThread is so amazing for global collaboration projects. And this one right here is actually Glogster. Both are free. If you sign up for the educator account, and make sure you sign up for the educator account, then you get a lot more features and things like that. But I'll show you what these look like. Hopefully you can hear this.
With Glogster, students can make a multimedia poster. In this Glogster example, my students conducted an interview. They embedded the audio in the Glogster, and then they added some of their favorite things.
I am 9 years old. With a favorite color, my favorite color is pink. What is your favorite animal? It's a cat. What is your favorite food? I like to swim to talk.
We collaborate with the school in Turkey. This is their glog. The teacher is Özge Karagulu.
In the morning, I get dressed. In the morning, I go to school.
VoiceThread has several tools, so the children that you teach can be digital storytellers. They can add voice, they can add video, they can doodle, they can add avatars, and they can even collaborate with other students worldwide. This is our VoiceThread with our sister school in Turkey.
You said your favorite animal? My favorite animal is cat, elephant, lion, and tiger. The elephant was sad. Nobody had remembered his birthday. Suddenly, snail came. Knock, 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 knock. Who is that? Who is that? It's snail. It's snail.
Projects completed by these tools can be embedded and published on a class wiki or blog. This is the Young Clovers blog, a first grade class in Lebanon who connects with other countries worldwide. You can see they've embedded videos, their vocals. They also are able to tell stories and track down where they send their teddy bear. Now that you've seen these tools, let's brainstorm ways that you can use them with your students to get them using the language and telling their digital stories. You can have podcasts. You can do digital storytelling. You can have peer editing. It's very easy in a VoiceThread to upload a paper and have the students each gather around and make corrections and make comments. They can circle and do doodles on it. They can create their own movies. They can do student interviews. They can make an advertisement of their favorite books. Students love to act out and they love to tell stories. So what ideas can you come up with? How do these tools inspire you?
Okay, so now I'm going to, they have a wonderful time making these. And the great thing is that they actually use the English that they learn, and the parents can hear them speak the English. Because many times after the classroom, the kids used to go out and the parents would say, what did you learn in English? And then they would say something like, in German, they wouldn't speak English. So it was a little frustrating to me, and that's why I began doing these projects. So what I want to do is show you actual projects. Okay, so you saw VoiceThread and things like that. One great thing that I love about VoiceThread, my parents don't allow me to show the kids images. Okay, so if you noticed on our VoiceThread, there were avatars. Avatars are basically like cartoon, graphical images of the child instead of the real image. And you can find many free services that will let you do this. So even if the parents don't give you the permission to go ahead and show the videos or faces or something, there's always something you can do. So the first thing I want you to do is to get inspired. Think of something that you want to do. It could be a podcast. It could be, teachers are very creative. They can think of many different things and many different ways, something that you would like to do with another class. So then the question becomes, after you think of this, how do you find other teachers who fit your time zone? There's a lot of things that, people worry about, like time zone and issues like this. Well, I'm going to show you where you can find these, okay? So I'm going to screen share right now. My computer screen in a little bit. And I'm going to take off the video for this because that way I can save the bandwidth a little bit. Okay, so can everyone hear me and see my screen? I hope so. My messy screen, sorry about that. Okay, so you should be able to see the screen here. Yes, okay, fantastic. Okay, so the first place I want to show you is ePals. You do have to register for free. It's very quick. You put your email and you put your name, and they have projects that are already available for you, okay? So you have under collaborate, and you can find the classroom. You can search by country. You can search by project. You can search in the teacher forum, and you can search by classroom profile. So I really think that this one, these are great. Here's one. And many of these, these projects are ones that you can already join. So you don't have to do any preparation or anything like that, as in think of your own. So if you're on a tight schedule and you just want to make this part of your curriculum, then there are plenty that you can find in ePals. ePals is probably, I think, the best site there is, and it is free for connecting students with students across the world. So many of these will also give you the questions. So if you need to, for example, add these essential questions or an overview in your curriculum, it's already there for you. So that's really great as well. So what you do is you click on the one you want. I'll click on holidays and festivals around the world. Now I already registered. I registered as a teacher, and your students can register as well. When you register, you have several different types of tools to even communicate with parents. One of my favorites is they have a great translation tool. So when you want to email other, okay, so let's say you're working with so let's say you're in Romania and you're working with a school in the US. Well, you have translation tools to help you communicate as well. So you can do both, like in English, and you can do it in Romania and things like that. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I guess maybe it's some bandwidth. Okay, so each project, so we go to the project, they give you the objectives. All of this is great to pretty much copy and paste in the curriculum. So you know, these kind of things I really like, the objectives and stuff, because that's the kind of stuff I have to add in my curriculum. Then you can download a PDF of the project to look what it, you know, entails and things like that. And then you can go ahead and you can collaborate. So these are definitely things that, you know, are really, really great. Okay, so this is epals.com, and I'll share the links in a little bit. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is Project Peace. And this one I'm still waiting for the, well, okay, I'll show you Celebrate You and Me. So Celebrate You and Me, and too bad that Eva can't hear because this is actually a project by Eva and Alexandra Francisco. And Eva is in Turkey and Alexandra is in Portugal. So they have, what they do here is they celebrate different types of holiday events. This is all in a wiki. And they share their culture. So over here they had for April Fool's Day. You can click on here and you can see the different projects. Now this one is very open. When you join this, they have different ways for you to share. You can share in Glockster, like the multimedia one I showed earlier, the Glockster. And the kids can create their own Glocksters. Now this one is all about April Fool's Day. Some of them instead decided to go animate videos. So this one, if you're the kind of person who wants to give your students a choice, if you want them to be able to play with different tools like make videos, cartoons, things like that, then this would be a great project to join. You can talk to Eva. You can even talk to her in this room. Just in the chat box, she's at evab 2001. Okay, so this is one of them. And this is different multimedia. They have videos, things like that. Another one that we have is Greetings from the World, and this is an award-winning project 2 times in a row with many, 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 many countries participating. These are all Glocksters, okay? So these are only Glocksters, but you share a glog about your country. I'm going to share the ones from, let's see, this one's in Christmas in Portugal. And they have some other ones, as long as it's something related to the student's culture. And the student can add video, they can add music, they can add many different things. So this is what Christmas looks like in Portugal. And then you just embed the Glockster. And then all the countries, you have Oklahoma, you have Bulgaria, you have, I mean, you have so many different countries that are represented here. So this is one of those projects that's very easy. I mean, you could have your students do this in a day. This is a new one that I recently found. This is called Events in Our Region. This one is really exciting. Okay, so you have this format. And what you fill it in is you fill in some crazy event or something interesting like a ceremony in your town, and then you add a slideshow. These slideshows are really easy to do. You add pictures about it. So this one happens in Hungary, and they swim across Lake Balaton here. See how they did this slideshow? And they show you what happens. There was another one where, okay, this one is called Events in Our Region. And in a little bit, I'll go ahead and share all the links to this. But this one, I mean, I just love reading this to see the events in the region. Here you have a little festival going on, the harvest celebration. I think in another page I had read where there's like some kind of crazy eating contest. So even for teachers, it's a great interesting thing because then you learn a little about these events. And for me, it's like, oh, this is something I might even want to travel to. This wiki is pretty easy. You have many different types of countries already in here. Bulgaria, you have Croatia, you have a lot of different things. Now, you can present it any way you want. Notice how used an image, okay, to talk about Bulgaria here. And then they decided to use a Glockster to talk about their history, things like that. So this one's pretty open as well. That's another one if you have an interesting event and stuff. Here's another free name. This one is called Voices of the World. And in the Voices of the World, they have different types of tasks. Every month has a different task, okay? And then the tasks, everyone, you have to join the wiki. It's for free. And then you can play with different tools. This one is really great if you want your students to learn about the different tools. Everyone has a great task, and it's collaborative, it's global, it's connecting with somebody else. So for example, now they have a little voice thread right here. They have a Voki. One of the tasks is national anthem using Animoto. Record using Audacity. So there are different types of tools you get to play with and you get helped with along the way. And all of these, like I said, you can find on the wiki. And that's pretty much an overview of the different types of things that are out there. Let me show you one more that's a really simple one. And this is the project piece. Now this is by David Dubel, and you can find him. He runs the ESL Classroom 2.0 name. This one I really love. This one, you get the script, it's lyrics, okay? And this one is for projects of peace and music. So the students, they choose between like 5 different songs, and they write the words, and they create a video, a classroom video with this kind of, let's see, let me try playing one of them. I don't think you'll hear it, but they decided to use All You Need Is Love by John Lennon. Okay, so I just wanted to show you like a little bit, but you can see, you can have your whole entire class participate in these videos. So I'm going to go back to here. Okay, and open up the presentation. So these were just a few ideas and a few projects just to get you started. And I see some people already sharing theirs, so that's fantastic because that's what I was going to ask next, is who would like to share their projects. And the way we can do this is you should have a mic, and if you don't have a mic, I'll give you one. And if you would like to describe your international you currently have, you're more than welcome to. So all you have to do is raise the hand. It's on the bottom left-hand corner. And then please describe your project and invite us to join your project. Maybe you can tell us the grade level and things like that. And then while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and I'll share the different. Yeah, and it can be projects that are that you participate in. That's definitely fine. And you can tell us, you know, kind of what it's about, what the students do, and what kind of grade levels and countries that are there that participate. Okay, so I think you have, okay, you have a mic. So at the very bottom, just click the little lock key, and then you'll be able to talk. Yes, you.
Okay, sorry. We have several classes that have participated in that monsterproject.wikispaces.com, and that's definitely not my project. It's by Anna and Ann. I put their names right under the link. But our students just love it. Basically, they can either draw a picture or we've used the computer like KidPix or TuxPaint to create a picture of a monster. But before they create it, they have to write about, well, actually, we create it and then have them write it to describe it. So it's great for them to adjectives, descriptive words, things like that. And then we send the classes are partnered up, and we send the class the description, the written description. And the other class is doing the same thing, and they send us their written description. And then the students have to, based on their description that they're paired up with a student, they have to try to draw their partner's monster as best as they can from the description. So it's neat at the end of the project to see the comparison, what they look like. If you go on that wiki and go to former projects, you can go and look at some. We put them side by side at the end, and it really makes the kids think about what could I have done and described better for my partner to be able to draw it. Like if they just said his head is a circle, not his head is a green circle or a small green circle. So our kids just love that. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for describing that. That sounds really cute. That sounds fantastic, actually. I'll add that to the wiki. And you should be able to save the chat, by the way. I think you can just copy and paste it. But that sounds like a really fantastic project. Anybody else want to share a project that they know about? Okay, let me go ahead, and you can go ahead and take the mic. Just click the little lock button. Okay, so you're up, Kate. I think it's Kate Ditzler. You just click the talk button. And the talk button is at the very, very bottom. Oh, you are pressing it. I can't hear you. Oh, it might not be yeah, it might not be connected. You might have to do, if you go to the very, very top under meeting, there should be like an audio wizard maybe, and then the audio wizard would allow you to talk. Does anybody have any questions? You can type it in the chat box as well. Well, thank you. These are great projects. I've been reading some of the chat, and they sound really, really cool. Well, thank you all so much for sharing. Happy 2011. I hope it's wonderful for all of you. And, oh, no problem. But you can definitely share the link. And yeah, actually, Cindy, if you know the project, you're more than welcome to talk about it. I'll get off the mic.
Can y'all hear me? Shake your head or, yeah, okay, you're typing. I've had 2 teachers participate in Karen's project, the progressive story, and they just love it. And Karen, please forgive me if I don't do it justice, but basically, she divides the classes into groups, and there were lots and lots of groups. If you go to her website, you can see it. And she assigns each class a part of the story. Like one class writes the beginning of the story, one class writes the second part of the story, and until you get to the last part. My son's class actually participated in this in 3rd grade, and their class wrapped up the story, so they were so excited to read each part as they, and they knew they were going to get to the end. And each class posts their paragraph or however many paragraphs they write to the wiki, and then each class goes to that group's page to read the beginning and as they add to the whole story. Then at the end, she makes a voice thread. She does tons of work, so kudos to Karen. Does tons of work and creates a voice thread for each story, and then she gives the teachers directions on how to upload 3 pictures for their part of the story. So as the kids upload the pictures, then they read their part of the story. So the final project has a voice thread with the whole story verbalized as well as written out on the wiki, and she embeds that on the wiki as well. And our classes that do it just love it.
Cindy, thank you so much for sharing the project. That's a really good one. And, I think that's a great way to get kids excited about reading. You have a lot of kids that, but if they're always seeing in a big, a collaborative project and contributing, that's a great way to get them excited for the next part and the next part. I mean, it really motivates them to read and increases literacy skills. So Karen, thank you so much for letting Cindy explain it. Yeah, I think she did a great job of explaining it too. And these projects are both open for people to come in at any time to join, or would they have to do it at a certain in a certain month or something? Or can they join now? For the Monster Project and the Reading Project. Okay, so they could start in February. And what's the link to that again? Okay, great. Fantastic. So I will ask if anybody has any questions, but if not, then you can definitely go to technologyforkids.pbworks.com and you can check out all the global projects there. And I'll list some more because there's tons just like this that are so great, and they really promote different types of skills, and they're great ways to make something that you already do, such as read a story or something, or have kids write a story, make it more global, more collaborative, and I think that's really, really important. This will be available, so I'll go ahead and type the address for that so you can see. In case you missed any webinar, you can access all of them, and there's a lot of good topics out there.